also known as DDG 9774. We also have a podcast called True Crime Storytime with Olivia and Shay. You can meet us over there. When we speaking over there, it should also uh, be updated over here under that True Crime Storytime link. It's also a channel, although you see the podcast over on this side. So I hope it doesn't start a little bit of confusion because I put the RSS under both. So I don't know. I'm just trying to keep up with the times. Okay. So welcome back. Guys, thank you for subscribing. For those that are new, go ahead and subscribe. I'm sure I'm going to tantalize your ears. That's what I do. All right. And we're smiling over here, although we lost a tooth. So if you guys would like to get to our tooth fund, just being honest, there's Cash App down there. Thank you very much. We are still talking about mental health and how it is not healthy for people to feel that they can absolutely just treat people any way they want. This is a public service announcement. If you know of anyone that feels the need, the nature, or the right to mistreat, um, misappropriate, or whatever the word is, people in their property or their children and families, these people need to be released into the mental health facilities of the world. Okay. They need help. For you to have it in your mind that you have a God complex and that you can do whatever you want with people's lives despite how it affects them, this is dangerous. Okay. It's just dangerous. And no one should be subjected to that type of brutality, inhumanity, and insanity. All right. Thank you for listening now. So today, again, this is August 5th, 2025. And I earlier said August 25th, 19 from the 900s. Amen. I'm so glad I made it over. Um, Welcome to this beautiful day. And we are talking about everything God, okay? So if from A to Z, God owns all of it. So we'll throw God in there as a solution because He is the answer. Him and Jesus and His spirit team. We have a lot of problems in the world right now. We're talking about mental health. We're talking about social issues, humanity. You can call it whatever you want. Politics, civil service, uh, basic human respect. We should all respect each other and our choices, as long as we're not hurting others or ourselves. Period. Okay, makes sense to me. Hello, thank you. Make sure you come in with a heart or a high or something so that I can acknowledge you. Thank you so much, Natashpa. My day is great. How's yours? By the way, guys, if you have questions, comments, and criticisms based on how I deal with the trauma or the things that I've had to encounter, if you're looking to get or ask me questions about myself that are fairly personal, you can always direct it to my Cash App. It's in the bio, the description, and in the links section. Okay. Hello, Coda. How are you? We do take donations, guys. We want to make this channel better. We want to do more for our podcast. We bought all this equipment for our podcast and someone stole it all and broke it all. So we're restarting over. If you'd like to donate, so you can see my pretty face. And I did say I have a tooth fund. Something not necessarily domestic, but something happened where my tooth was numbed and broken. And so we have a tooth fund, 2,500. Hello, that's just the start. Okay, so now, so I can smile for the camera, guys. Okay, I'm good, Coda. Yeah, the equipment, my teeth, they've tried to destroy everything. I don't know where my children are, child. But may the Lord bless and keep them as they be shined upon by the grace of God. Amen. So, mental health. And this is why I talk about that. The things that I've suffered is linked to how people think. And people think it's okay. It's not, oh, I believe it. I want to believe it. But if anything is allowing you to feel that you can hurt another person or you can treat them poorly, you have a bad sense of understanding. Okay. Thank you, Coda. Like I said, you can always donate. Any amount is fine. We don't have a goal right now. We did find our other stands. You don't have to worry about that. We do have some lamps here. So maybe we just need to move. However, I'm grateful for the roof over my head, guys. I'm grateful for how God has been staying with me, walking with me, talking with me, just being a guide. Okay. Thank you for your hearts, honey. Turn them into dollars. Go to the Cash App. I love you too. I'm just saying. So I appreciate you. I do. I love to see the hearts because you know what? I don't get love in my real life. So it brings me joy and pleasure to come here and chat with you guys. If you want to see my face, it's not a problem. Turn on the camera. But like I said, my tooth just had a little break and went away. And I did not style my hair. I'm still in my everyday clothes, which I should be ashamed of, but I'm not. Because if I try to work, there's some numbskull that goes, no, just sit still until we figure out how we're going to finish you off. No, I'm going to heaven, honey. We're going to heaven. That's what we talk about over here. We're not talking about any demise. We all got to go. So we're not worried about the time frame. We're just worried about the destination, heaven. Okay? We're not going to hell. We've been through too much down here. Thank you for subscribing, Coda. I appreciate that. Okay, I really appreciate it. I hope I'm saying that correctly. So, mental health in society, I think you can't tell people what to think. But again, if you have any thoughts of hurting someone else or hurting yourself, you absolutely need to speak to a professional. And it has become or had been a practice of doctors and psychiatrists to ask people, hi, how are you? What's your name? Okay. Do you feel like hurting anyone or yourself? That's a great question because there's a lot of people out here secretly suffering with either wanting to hurt someone else or themselves and no hurt someone else or themselves and no one knows. They literally are walking around. No one's asking them. I mean, you can ask people, how's your day? How are you? Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Oh, I'm great. Yeah, but then if you really sit with them, they're crying and thinking, oh, this might be my last moment. Oh, this might be my last meal. Oh, I really hurt somebody. Oh, I think I need to, it's like this burning sensation that they don't tell anybody because they know they'll have to go into some type of treatment or restriction where they really want to do it. They absolutely want to do it. And it's sad that you're wishing that someone dies. That is not normal. Okay? Everybody has an expected end that God has created, and they should have the right to rock that out with a reason. Okay? If someone has not done anything reasonably to cause anyone to be sitting up thinking, I hope that person dies, I'm going to do everything possible, you need a straitjacket. You need some help. Please get it. Public service announcement. Get help. Talk to me, child. My cash app's down there. My cell phone. Text. Come on. We can do it. I can give you references. I do plan to go into some type of training where maybe I can help people, but currently I just have what God gave me and it works for me. The person that was kind of looking at me crazy, they were probably really wanted to harm me and probably did do some crazy stuff. I'm not gonna. Um, them being around me, I think they have had an epiphany. Like, yeah, I do need to change. I do need to repent. I do need to change my ways. I need to, you know, get this thing you're talking about. I was talking about exorcisms, guys. I don't call it that. But there are spirits that do attach themselves to people. It can be in childhood, it can be in your young adulthood, at any time, really. And it causes you to have these deep, dark feelings of gloom and doom, almost like depression, but worse, because these tell you to hurt somebody or yourself. And that's fairly demonic. And we link it to Jezebel, but it's really Satan. Okay, he controls a lot of stupid stuff, and people need to cleanse, and they never do. They never think, I don't have to deal with this. Now, we're not going to get too deep. We don't call names here, okay, because it's not that serious to me. And these people pop off the pages and look for you sometimes. That's what I'm going through. People came off the internet, came here, rich people, money, and they sent the little neighborhood folks that they saw that was attached to me, even some family members, to do some weird stuff. And I mean, this stuff was weird out of a science book. You can't make it up. I wish I could describe it to you guys. I will one day. And that's why they're like, you need to be quiet. Don't tell nobody I did that. No, we're going to tell. Because it hurt. That was crazy. Un saludo afectuoso para todos. Okay, honey. Yes, you're saying my name correctly. Yay, Coda. Now, I do chime in back and forth with the chat, so don't think I'm ignoring you. Hello, everybody. I see you. I just have glasses on, and somehow they F up your sight. I don't know if y'all noticed that. That's another thing. You go to the eye doctor, how they have that one machine that tells them what your peripheral or what your eyesight is, your prescriptions. But they got that old dusty contract where they got to play that chair game. They got to play. They got to play the chair game. This is a 1800 chair. and it doesn't really serve a purpose as far as I'm concerned. And every time you go in there, that one machine tells them your prescription, but you have to sit in the chair for them, most likely, to keep their contracts with these gangbangers to keep their business open. And they sit you in the chair and they put that stupid machine there, and you're like, they give you the perfect prescription right there. 2020, hello. And as soon as you sit there, you're like, oh, that's perfect. They get to click, 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 ABC 1, 2, 3. Like, what? Wait, it's the first one that you did. I said, because they have to do this dumb stuff. Okay. Click, 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 click. I said, is it one or two? A or B? A or B? A or B? You say B, dang. You know it's not correct because the first one was it, the 2020, right? Okay, so then they gotta, well, okay, is it B or C? B or C? Okay, listen. I don't know what circus they had you to sign up with to get this done, but you know it's wrong, and that's why they're frustrated. If you go to these offices, doctors are frustrated with this system because they're telling them to do dumb stuff that keeps you crazy, whatever you're getting done, like your health, your eyesight, dental work. It's always this, but you signed a contract, and it makes these people frustrated, so they can't give you their best service because it is not the best. And guess who don't care? The people that gives the contracts for them to do the work. Crazy, crazy work, crazy work. Same line, they can't. So I can't really see the chat with glasses, so I gotta take my time, take them off, put it back on, put them on, and I'm holding the phone. So I put it down and do other things sometimes. So and I can't see it with the glass. So that's that. All right. So mental health is very important. It affects everything. Real estate. It affects housing. It affects families. It affects communities. It affects us. It affects how food is grown, dispersed. Why she's so loud? She's never loud until I'm on this thing. I don't know if y'all knew that. It was pitch quiet. Now all of a sudden, Miss, I want to speak and be an orator at the same time the other person's talking because I like attention and can't think for myself. I want to be up here talking at the same time because guess what? I think I'm just as good. The girl is special. You don't hear her till I'm on here. It's so amazing. Oh God! And if they're listening to this, then okay, we're gonna have another battle because people want to be the only ones, or at the same time, the ones that do what you do. It's just weird. I don't know if you can hear me in the background. I think it's canceled out. However, um, mental health affects everything like this. Why is there always a competition when I'm talking that someone else is in the background thinking, oh, I got to do it at the same time? It's crazy. It's serious. Can't make it up. Um, there's no reason for you to be in the same room with somebody and you talking as loud. Just so I can hear you because I'm talking. Trying to be a what? Distraction. As if to say, you don't have to be here. I'm here. And since I'm here, I'm going to overtalk you, Lila. You probably can't even hear it because it's not saying anything. So, point is, whenever mental health is affected in an improper way, then it kind of affects everything around you, and people don't think so. But if you don't think right, you don't behave right, and it does affect other people. It doesn't just affect you. Okay, it really does affect other people, and people don't care about that. They don't think about that. They don't think on that level because if you're not stable enough or strong enough in several ways to maintain yourself. And I don't mean just going to work, taking a bath, and then going home and then driving somewhere. I mean, literally understanding that you don't have a right to be in someone else's house. You don't have a right to be in someone else's conversation or in their circle, always trying to be present, always trying to irritate them. You don't have a right to do that. It's not necessary. You can be finding other constructive things to do with yourself in time that's good for you versus trying to be in someone else's vision, view, earshot, or just always trying to be somewhere that don't nobody care about. There's places that we can actually be where it's effective, where it really matters. And I'm just grateful that I'm smart enough and intelligent enough that these people put me here. I had my own apartment walking around naked by myself with my children. And I never asked them to do anything because they were in school. I just wanted them to learn at the time. Go to school, do your best because once you get out here, these people are ruthless and you need to know that at least you have your education to stand on. Doesn't matter who don't like that. They can't take it away. They didn't understand that because they were surrounded by people. over talking me, trying to block me, talk louder, trying to look better because they were stealing and they had a better house or better clothes, stealing, more friends, stealing, paparazzi style. None going on, just a bunch of noise. And some of these kids like that stuff. So they went that route. And now I don't know if they're dead or alive because these people were not so bright, but you can't control all that good stuff. So, however it looks, it's important that you pray and ask God to help you get around this world with all kinds of people that have different mindsets. I mean, just in the people I've met, so many people are so fixated on what you're saying, which everybody's saying the same thing. They just doing something different, excuse me. And they think what they're doing is more than what you're doing when it's not. Okay. God is just simply looking for faith. He's not looking for how loud, how long, who, when. He's not looking for all of that. He's looking for your faith, your obedience in Him. And that's what He uses as, excuse me, a trophy, as a reward, as a measurement of what He'll put on display. Okay. So people are doing all this stuff, trying to get numbers on the websites and trying to get numbers on their different social media clubs and trying to connect with this one and trying to connect with that one and trying to look like they're the big bad wolf and they got most wolves and they're a pack and they're a team and they all Rambo ready and oh wow. And then God is like, that ain't nothing I'm worried about. I don't care about none of that. Do you actually have faith in me? Do you actually believe in me? Do you actually follow me, not people, not the instructions that people gave you, not the protocol they created? Do you listen to me? Do you hear me speaking? Are you obedient to me? It's your faith, not your goal, that I'm going to put on display as evidence of my victory, my win. Okay? So people always miss it because they're busy worrying about what someone else is doing. They're competing with other people. They're trying to do something better than someone else. They're always trying to updo. It's nothing wrong with healthy competition, but you're really just trying to allow God to give you something to create, something to nurture. And it's going to be what God put it out. If it happened to be something everybody likes, that's great. But you're really just being obedient because maybe all the people liked it, but only one person needed to see that in order to not hurt themselves or someone else. People don't think about that. Things go viral and they may get paid for it and all that. But it's just one little post you put out there that actually saved somebody's life or helped them with their business that was struggling, or it helped somebody in a corner that was at a church, maybe in a basement that didn't have a lot of audience, didn't have a lot of people. Maybe it was a bunch of kids that came and they felt hopeless. And they came on and said, no matter where you are in the basement or on a rooftop with a big audience, whether you got kids or you got adults with a lot of money, you should preach the same. You should be the same. You should still offer the same. You should be just as consistent. You should be just as dedicated. Be motivated and know that as long as you're changing lives for Christ, as long as you're speaking for God, do not worry about the audience. Do not worry about the age group. Do not worry about the money level. Although those things are important, keep going. And that's what people miss. That's what people miss. They do not understand that, God is not judging us by, the size of the group. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with growing your church. Nothing wrong with having big people to give you money. There's nothing wrong with having cameras and lights and action. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. It's nothing wrong with having followers and a loud crowd or a large crowd. I'm sorry. Nothing wrong with it. Okay. But just keep in mind that you have to keep the volume. Okay. Now let's flow over here. Recently, there is an artist amongst many that crossed over, and I don't think people see this. I do because I pay attention. Okay. This one comes from a whole group of African American people that struggled a lot, tried to connect to people a certain way, and they meant well. They did, but it backfired somehow. And so now they don't have a great light like they did. Now, personally, I don't care what they do, but a lot of society looked and said, oh, they're just like the others. Oh my God, what happened? The thing is, These people are from poverty, pretty much like most. And they wanted to stay afloat because they'd already made some commitments and some agreements for their families and with other families and with other people. And when things started to go south, they figured, well, I better fly north or west to get me some help. Okay. And they did. And maybe out of desperation, they maybe crossed some lines or did some things or whatever, or at least they were present. I don't know. Okay. So now here comes this artist. And uh, you may not notice it, but a lot of these people already know each other from these church events and these different church uh, pastors that they fellowshipped with, grew up with, started agreeing with, or maybe used as a stepping stone in a sense. You know, they probably attended for a while, but maybe it wasn't no space, but they were attending. Then they found their own little church family and they stayed there for years. You didn't know anything about it. But this one crossed over literally in the music genres. Okay. It's all still the same, but they crossed over into different not genres, but different lines, racial lines in a sense. They literally ended up partnering with other people and blew the frick up. Like more people other than just the one community got to know them. And it was like, boom, they blew up overnight. Oh my God, boom. Now they were already great. Don't get me wrong. But this only added to their status. And it went from well known artist to almost rock star level artist. Are they getting the same money as these bigger people that's doing this worldly stuff? They've probably been doing it longer on that platform. So I don't know. But they crossed lines. And people are judging and looking like, oh no, 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 no. This could not be God on this level. This is too much. And this person's trying to keep up with the volume because when you, like, say, I am a speaker. And right now, I'm only reaching, what's this, 33 countries right now. Wow. And all of a sudden, I put someone on my show and they come in and they're talking to me and they've been out here and we're partnering. That's going to give me a bigger audience. I mean, catapult, really. It's going to throw me into something else and I might not be ready for it. I might not have the stories ready for it. I might not have the volume of stories and like calling people's names. I mean, what number, when can you start saying people's names? I'm not going to do it now. No, I'm not. I don't feel the authorization. I don't have the lawyers to fight these people off. And I'm absolutely not trying to make money off these people's names. I don't like that. Okay. I just don't. But at that point, if I get a bigger audience that crosses over to a different demographic, I'm going to need to probably change some of my stuff. And people may be like, well, she doesn't normally call people out. She doesn't normally call these politicians names. I don't like politics. I don't get in their business. I don't care. And I understand it does save lives, but if they didn't have this foolishness in place that they created, you know, this little game we played for years, we wouldn't have to go through some of this. No one needs to represent us. We're free. I'm not understanding this stupidness. We're free. We should be able to go wherever we want without all these laws and rules and all this. See, all this foolishness is just ridiculous. But it's what it is. It's what it is today. And so if I was to grow into different demographics, different types of people, and I had these different types of people on the show or we jointly got together, it would absolutely change. And this is what happened to this artist. It changed. And he might have understood the assignment, but I mean, again, where do you get all the stuff you need for this type of assignment? I mean, he's got new audiences, he got new people listening, and all he got is probably 6 people that he knows that he can bring with him, and they might not be up to speed because guess what? He's energetic, they're a little bit older, they're not as fit. I'm just saying, okay, but he rocking it. I guess he's a little older than most. He was the younger one, pretty much. I don't know. He can be older than all of them. My point is, he is pretty much on the stages already. People are comfortable. He's trying to now feed them. Like, okay, what is this crowd like? Like, they're mellow. They're cool. They ain't tripping. But he's amped up. Very energetic. And people are like, is he doing too much? It's like he's just trying to keep up with not the crowd, because he's in a class of his own child. He's doing what he knows. So again, it's kind of like someone calling me to do a job and I'm qualified. I've done this. I got it. But now you're thinking, yeah, but now I need to have the money to do this budget size of stuff, and I'm doing it out of pocket. So let me just bring my friends and let me just keep up. So he might throw a couple dances in there. He don't know these people. He don't know I mean, he knows what he grew up with. He knows what people say is acceptable, but they're asking for a larger scale level of expectation. So it's like, well, shoot, let me do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, trying to figure it out. That's all I'm saying. Just need a little space to figure it out. Because, I mean, it's one thing, I ain't gonna say the prior group was like a talent show. Hey, Traden, what's up? Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, because I'm gonna always be on, child. I'm always gonna be on doing what I do. I have a belt chair, excuse me. So I think he was trying to adjust, and again, I'm sure it's not his first rodeo with this, but the demand is more than just this performance or this song or this artwork, whatever. Again, when you get a bigger audience, there's a tendency to have a bigger demand. And I think they were trying to figure out, okay, so say I'm a solo artist and I like to sing, and I have this one song, or I have 3 or 4 songs that I sing, and people love it in my little group, and I can go kind of almost all over the United States singing this little song. Oh, I can do it. Oh, I can do it. And people, yeah, yeah, yeah. And it might even grow my audience. People younger generations may come on, and I'm trying to keep up with all of them. So I'm getting fit. I'm staying fit. I'm staying active. I'm doing this. I'm doing that, and I'm acting youthful. I'm just trying to keep up with the changing times. Okay. And so, say I'm performing in various places. I'm doing good. Don't get me wrong, but they don't pay a lot in art sometimes. But just say someone sees one of my pieces and goes, "Oh my God!" And this is from a different demographic. Graphic. This is from a different group, a whole different level. Not that I'm not acquainted, but the demand is greater, and I've only had enough to keep this little small scale demand. But I can pull it, right? I can pull it. I just have to organize my paperwork right. Got to get my royalties together, make sure I'm protected so that I can get money off of all this stuff. And I'm not just rushing into stuff where I don't get paid, right? I don't get my money for what I'm doing. So, person proceeds, I get my stuff together. And so instead of me doing these little small art pieces, I'm literally having to do murals. And again, is it feasible for me? I mean, can I really pull it? But I can pull it because I got the paints. If I need extra people, I got the people. I just gotta maybe draw it out and tell them what colors to put where and do whatever. And maybe I can mass produce too. But can I really pull it? Right? So, okay, I got to make bigger pieces. It's kind of similar to what I always do. And I just got to get my friends to come with me. So maybe he's emphasizing, and maybe he go, well, they did it by hand. It wasn't him; it was his friends. He had to draw it and did it and criticize all this criticism, but he's pulling it. It's okay. People are cool with that until you can get the mass production, right? Until I get mass production. So, point is, I'm giving this person space to grow in this crossing over to different levels, because that's what he did, and it's very successful. Not many people did it, so I give him kudos. And okay, maybe he's not dancing or moving or painting like other people dance, move, or paint, but he's pulling it. And guess what? You can't knock it because you ain't got the contract with him. You're not the person doing the business with him. So I doubt if he cared what you think anyway. But I gave him kudos because he worked so long and so hard to do this, and I don't know if he was working on that, but he got the call to go bigger. And I'm telling you, whatever exposure he got, it grew and catapulted him over somewhere else. And a lot of people get those catapults. I'm one due for that, and somebody is vehemently, no, 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 not her, not her. She's on drugs. She can't do it. And it's like, who are you to represent me? I didn't get raised. I didn't raise you. I didn't pay you to be my PR person. I speak for myself, and I would love it if anyone knows of me to come to me. To come to me if you like to know anything. Don't assume. Don't listen to anyone else about me ever, because people lie. And see, I'm so fabulous. I am so fabulous and together and out of this world great that people love to lie on me and my children, because we're fabulous women. We don't lie, we don't cheat, we don't play no games, we upfront. We are zero tolerance BS barometers. We don't play no games or thermometers or BS Measuring tapes, BS detectors. Okay, smell it coming. Don't do that. All right, and we're gonna be that this lifetime, next lifetime, and the couple to come because we're what? Righteous. And it don't matter what nobody does to get us coerced into something like somebody's trying to get me on drugs. They were. They were. They probably still be doing stuff, but I'm still sitting here blessed, highly favored, and it is never my choice or my daughter's choice to be doing things that are not of God. I know that. That's how I raised them. So if they're doing it, it's because the people around them are trash bags. These are low budget people that most likely coerce them. We will never ever commit suicide. We will never ever hurt ourselves or anyone else except someone orchestrated, period. We are strong women, and I thank God for my daughters. They're awesome. You guys should meet them. They're very talented, very smart, educated, in their 20s, mid 20s now. God bless them. Well, one is in a later, but one is mid this year, October. So God bless you guys. I'm not going to be here longer. Keep your mind right. God is a good, the Bible is a good way to strengthen your mind if it's weak. You might not ever believe in it, but I promise you, if you try it, I can help you. It will help you get stronger. If you're weak, you're depressed, and anxiety, try it out. Okay. If you need me to help, let me know. I'm hardly ever depressed. I'm hardly ever depressed. I'm hardly ever anxious. I didn't mean to repeat that. I did not. I'm from the South, by the way. So if I break verbs or talk too fast, tell me to slow down. But I ain't is one of my favorites. There's another bad word with the G's that I love. Just saying. It's very descriptive and very effective as far as I'm concerned. Don't call it to me though. I'm just saying. I grew up with the word. Nobody said it around me, but I picked it up and I like it. I haven't used it in a while. I don't want to. But when I do, I love it. So whatever the case, you guys be blessed. Have a wonderful day. And I'm thinking podcast level, so I'm sorry if I sound like I'm on the radio, but I do have the podcast True Crime Story Time with Olivia and Shay. We talk about all things crime because what is linked to mental health. So shoot. 3 o'clock on the dot. You guys have a wonderful evening, wonderful afternoon. Be blessed. Go for a walk. Eat well. It helps your energy. It helps your life when you eat well. And that's plants. Plant-based foods, water, and all the vegetables like and the fruit, lime, spices, herbs. Until next time, love yourself and each other. Subscribe, like, donate, shop. Bye.